All right, guys, it's time to talk about the Boston Bruins. After an extremely disappointing season last season, they'll be hoping to bounce back somewhat this upcoming season, as I don't believe that they're done. I don't think they're pulling the plug and going full rebuild just yet with some of the players they've got. Speaking of those players, Jaden, why don't you take us through the projected lineup for this upcoming season?
Yeah, sure. So we got Geeky, Lindholm, Pasternak, Zaka, Middlestat, Arvidsson, Jeannot, Minton, Isamont. I have not done this. I'm just going to call him Marat. I've never pronounced that name before. Kuznetsov,
Yeah.
Curley, and Kastelek. In regards to D, we got Lorre, McAvoy, Lindholm, Peak, Zadorov, Yoki, and then in regards to goaltenders, Swayman and Korpisalo. Um,
Mhm.
Obviously, that's not going to be everyone, but that's just what they've got in regards to projected lineup. In regards to free agent signings, bring in Gino, Curly, Isamont. Those are the big names there. And then in regards to trades, really just moving out Soderstrom, or bringing in Soderstrom and getting rid of a Ryan Mast. That was pretty much it there. They did bring in Victor Arvidsson as well. Um,
Mm.
with Edmonton. So ultimately, how the team looks, it's not horrible, which is surprising on how bad they did last year. Um,
Mm.
the my big pet peeve is Lorre with a negative 43 and plus minus, which is
Yeah.
I don't know how you play 77 games and get 20 minutes a night with a negative
Yeah.
43 when the rest of the squad is either neutral or, Zadorov, Yoki or Zadorov was a plus 25. Yoki was a plus 7. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how you get that much minutes when that is the case, but I guess
Mm.
you're getting the kids some time to develop, but that's
Yeah.
rough. For this team to be better, he has to be better. Like you can't have a
Mhm.
player do that. So that's my big question mark is can they get a good plus minus from the D?
Yeah. Can he be a little bit more responsible? He's proven that he can put up some points, but at the end of the day, you've got to also defend. You can be as good of an offensive defenseman as you want, but as you know, we've seen with the likes of Eric Carlson, who is arguably one of the best offensive defensemen in the league, um, but his defensive capabilities have really harmed his career, especially late in his career. You don't want him turning into something like that. It's been proven that you do need to also know how to defend. So hopefully you can turn that around. But yeah, as for the lineup, but it's an interesting one. To me, what I'm seeing is they've just gone and grabbed a bunch of average middle of the pack players from all different teams and thrown them in together.
Well, their free
Like
agent
literally,
signings was like half the bottom six.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, look at it. I Morgan Geeky, Arvidsson's bounced around, Isamont's bounced around. Like they've just gone and grabbed Fraser Minton, a young lad from Toronto who hasn't really played. Tanner Jeannot, who's bounced around. Corrali, like you just look at this team, even Casey Middlestat, I know they got him last season, but still a player who's bounced around a little bit as well. So yeah, it's an interesting one for me because I don't mind some of these players, but I just outside of David Pasternak, I don't know where your power comes from because I don't think Geeky and Lindholm are a first line
No,
players.
that,
I
that I
don't.
was I was gonna bring that up. I don't like Geeky being on the first line.
Yeah, like I know he scored 33 goals last season. That was, yeah, it was impressive, and if he can do that again, that's awesome. But I don't think he's yeah, I just don't think he's a first line player, and it's the same with Lindholm. I know he was with Calgary, but I just don't think he's that player anymore. Casey Middlestat is probably a second to third line center as well. Minton is untested, although there's big raps on the kid. Um, yeah, I just look at this team and go, outside of Pasta, what do they really have going for them? Even on the even on the defense, like that defensive core is not strong. I'm not expecting Swayman to have a fantastic season. Um, I don't know. I I don't hold out much hope for this team this season. Again, I can't see them bouncing back. I just don't think this team has what it takes. I think they're good enough to be competitive night in, night out, but I just don't think they're good enough to steal a playoff spot. And even if they manage to, I don't think they're good enough in the playoffs. So yeah, I think it's going to be another long season for Boston.
Yeah, I need to see like a top six winger added, and then um, or you get like some crazy center. But honestly, probably just a top six winger, and then it kind of shuffles the team around to a point that I like it. Um, but yeah, my big gripe is obviously Mason there on the decor. Laurie, the negative 43 is just not acceptable. Um, and that's my big gripe, and probably Swayman's big gripe as well. Um, so yeah, and look, Corpusalo is serviceable backup. Obviously, you're running Swayman 60 plus if you can, depending how he holds up. But I don't mind the goaltending. The decor ultimately, like my favorite line is kind of like their third line, which is yeah, McAvoy is good. Maybe a McAvoy Zadorov kind of line would probably be my like mwah line. Um, but ultimately, yeah, it's just lacking that little bit in regards to offense, I think, and
Yeah.
I do think they can play a really tough game, and that's why they're going to be in it in every game, no matter who they're versing. But like
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think they're going to struggle just to get over the hump. You know, maybe they go to OT, but they lose an OT, or they're losing by a goal here and there. So playoffs, yay or nay?
No.
It's probably a nay, but I could see a wild card run in
Yeah.
in a world, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, with the weak Metro, but the part for me that I struggle with is this team. Is it better than Florida? No. Tampa? No. Toronto? No. Ottawa? No. Montreal? No. Is it better than Detroit? Probably not.
I
Is it
could
better
see
than
this team
Buffalo?
being better than half of those
Yeah.
if they got it together. Um,
Mm.
because
Oh,
I
if
do like a lot of the names here.
yeah, I mean,
And how the team looks.
if you get last season geeky again, if Lindholm goes back to his Calgary days, Casey Middlestat at his best, Victor Arvidsson at his best when he was with the
That's
Kings.
yeah. You basically need everyone to be at their best.
Exactly. Like um you need them to go back to the players they were. But like I have obviously players do have done that in the past, like Jonathan Drouin, Dadanov. They've had down seasons and then come back out and gone up again. So it can be done, but you're asking for three or four players to do that in one season. Um, yeah, I think that's where I struggle to see it.
Yeah.
I just I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a long season.
Ultimately, yeah, no playoffs in both of our predictions. But yeah, let us know what you think and if they make the playoffs or not this year. Don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe for more content. But next time, we'll catch you guys.
See you guys.